For more on this, we're joined by Kushan Mitra in New Delhi. He's an author and automotive writer. Great to have you back with us, Kushan. We're seeing a sharp contrast here, aren't we? Chinese EV sales are surging, yet demand from the United States is declining. What's driving this divergence, do you think?
Well, the US market has not done well with EV sales, even of US manufacturers. If you saw both Ford and General Motors, the two largest US manufacturers, also invested very, very heavily in electric vehicles. But even they have taken massive write-downs of, in excess of $10 billion between the two companies because US consumers are just not looking to buy electric vehicles. And I guess the loss of the subsidy is one reason. And there is, of course, a large base in the US that wants internal combustion engines. Maybe that is the MAGA base of President Trump, who like the big V8 Hemi engines. But electric vehicle sales in the US just haven't kept pace. Not just Tesla, across the board. And it really isn't helping that the US cannot access these much more affordable Chinese vehicles or even Chinese technology, because the Chinese companies have done so well in things like battery technology. Companies like BYD, as you can see on your screen right now, and CATL have really brought down the prices of batteries.
Kushan, it only seemed like yesterday that Tesla was really the only player in this game. So how significant is it that China's dominance is surging at the moment, especially with companies like BYD leading global EV and hybrid sales?
I'm not surprised. I think the Chinese, in the period immediately post-COVID, took their time. They really engineered. An electric vehicle is less mechanically complicated than an internal combustion engine vehicle, where the Europeans in particular had achieved a huge amount of dominance. They've done just so much with they spend their time, and they also reduce the cost because of their huge base. Despite tariffs in the European Union, for example, Chinese vehicles, as your reporter said, their sales have increased dramatically in Europe because despite tariffs by the EU on imported Chinese electric vehicles, they are still more affordable than electric vehicles made by French and German car makers. Uh, this is just huge economies of scale that have been achieved by the Chinese.
Okay, Kushan Mitra, we'll leave it there. Thank you, as always, for sharing your insights with us.